I'm still asking Cryic. I'm like, Project, why would you do this?
I'm grasping.
Yeah, so Tyr's like...
With everything in my power.
Tyr's like, what type of madness is that this book is locked with?
It's just a book.
He said, I saw...
Just a book.
He said, I saw you using Mask's deck of many things. What type of chaotic mess have you done to seal this book?
It's just a book.
He goes, open. It's like, do you know how to open the lock?
I don't.
So again,
it's just a book.
He says, you lie. It's open.
So, was it a command?
Yeah, he still got you in command.
But Project, no.
If I open this book, will you make a deal with me?
It's like you have no choice but to open the book. So,
so I guess I just hold it out.
He says I'll make a deal. Join me in all eternity, and I will listen to you. You know, be my voice in the new multiverse. I already have a hand in Sir Charles. Why not have a voice?
If guys, we're lost. We're done.
Can I put my head down? I'm like,
we've lost.
Yep.
What will you make me if I come to your side?
It's like you can. It's like you could be the voice of Tyr, the voice of law. You know. It's like you can make the peace that you wish to have with your song. You can speak in song. It's like you could be the ultimate version.
I'm going to take a step in, but it's going to be a heavy step.
Okay.
It's a heavy step.
Okay.
With shaking arms and hands, I hold out.
Now, do you undo the lock?
And then I undo the lock.
So the cards come and they just.
And I say,
down.
with peace of prosperity that you say you promise.
So do you open it?
Yep, it's open.
So he opens, he goes through and he looks, and Tyr has been deceived. It is a book that Tyr's actually looked at before, but this book has been reborn. It is the original book of Cryic that Cryic used to steal away God powers. So Tyr is compelled to keep reading this book because it is the truth. Since Project is holding it, it has the written copy of the peace song and the words of it. Tyr cannot stop reading this. What he doesn't understand is that some of Tyr's power is being sucked away into Project. But is it into Project? It's like Project's body cannot handle this. What would Project like this power to go to?
To me.
Your body can't handle it.
I know.
Well, it's coming into you. Like, were you wanting it to go to something else that's in you?
To the deity that's resides in me.
So Project sits there and he drops down to a knee.
I go to a knee.
So his little dragon emblem on his chest starts glowing. So in front.
Did you have that?
In anticipation.
Try to copy me or something?
Oh dear Jesus.
Oh well. Just because you're my dad does not mean you get to be bigger than this game.
And from behind him appears the god of all metallic dragons and all dragons that are good. A distant cousin, so to speak, of the progenitor dragon that is in Hinkler. It is Bahamut reborn across the. It's like it's taken all the power from Tyr and instilled it into the spirit that was held inside Project. As it flows through, it's like Project collapses into Bahamut's hand. So,
as I collapse, I take my loot and throw it at Hinkle.
I don't know if I get this to work, but I'm gonna try. So Bahamut holds the lifeless body of Project in his hand, and he looks at Projet. And he says, I've never known someone that's not a knight or paladin to have such resolve and the pursuit of peace. So he almost rubs with his hand. He almost rubs like Projet's head, and he holds him close, and he says, I will strive to carry on your peace that you have started today. So at this point, Tyr is like staggered. There are two soldiers. There are two armored knights that appear beside, and they start attacking. They start attacking Bahamut. And he's knocking back. He's trying everything he can to protect Projet's body while through that. Tyr is visibly weakened a lot. So one of the knights takes Tyr and rushes him into the temple. Do I have the minis handy that I need? Oh, I laid them out behind you all.
It's like teeth come out. I was like, I almost did. I have nothing left.
But a knight. Will you roll history there, Hinkler?
Yes. 24.
So
I have 16 plus something.
So to your almost horror, you see Sir Charles wielding great divine power, keeping Bahamut at bay. Even though Bahamut has been reborn, he's sort of at a disadvantage because again he's holding Projet and then trying to keep him safe. As again, Sir Charles is stepping him back. I'm
gonna go help.
But do perception right quick, because Tyr was rushed in by the other person that you don't know. So actually,
15.
So you notice this other person, that person that rushed in with Tyr, he must have been that traitor that you all saved at the last fight. That he was under Serap's control and supposedly you freed him, but he's over there helping Tyr.
Is he helping?
So he's carrying him in, and at this point, Tyr has grabbed the crystal, the red crystal, and he's trying. There is a mark. You see a mark on the ground. And, it looks like some type of circle or whatever. So
I'm about to get a fire breath.
So
the grace thrust of your wings.
Yep. So now
I'm still seeing them.
The problem is, if you do fire breath, you'll burn Bellany up.
It's okay.
But we've risked so much to give.
She's like I said, she's not dead. She's just dying. So your goddess. So your progenitor dragon.
She would want you to.
After seeing this.
So your progenitor dragon tells you that we hoped that we could have done this at a peaceful time, but you must do what?
Shoot fire breath at him and
You
burn.
do have a sense of.
No, do you have your divine action that I gave you? Do you wish to try to stop them and burn Bellany up, or do you wish to do your divine action? Choice is yours.
You are filled up with hope
Mm-hmm.
since Bahamut's back.
Bahamut is back.
But
Yeah.
we've risked so much to get Bellany back.
Because
So
your
you
fire
have
breath
big
will burn her to a crisp.
Burn. She won't come back.
Yeah, it's like there's no way
She'd
she
be
can come back.
dead.
Yeah, I'll do
Completely.
the fine thing.
But Bellany would.
So
Bellany's already risked herself once for the
Right.
Yeah, we need you back.
so
good. So she would be willing to do it again.
even though you're in a dragon, you have that blue crystal.
And would she be mad at you that you didn't?
So okay.
It'd be worth it.
So, but do you like I said? Do you have enough power that you can burn all your progenitor stuff probably hurt Tyr, possibly end Tyr, but you will destroy Bounty.
I'll do the fine thing.
So the blue gem glows. Do you bring back your brother? Do you bring back the blue dragon?
Yes.
To bring the balance between Eberron and so.
Yeah, I do.
So you crush the blue, and
that's why I picked it up.
so. I don't know where my blue dragon went. Anyway, all right. So anyway, you.
No, we have to have it.
It's okay. So.
Mommy's gonna smack you.
Yeah.
Is this? No, that's not.
I'll just do the smaller blue.
Okay.
So when you crush it, a small weakened, it's like the dragon below appears. You are the dragon above and the dragon below. So the dragon looks at you and says, "Dear brother, did I never believe that you would bring me back to ensure that that me and Eberron would maintain peace in our world we created. I guess you can say there is some merit in those that are mortal. So you lose your gold power and you shrink down, and you're no longer the gold dragon. You are, the gold hinkler, wherever your other figure is. So you can move that off the board.
Regular Hinkler.
Where's Hinkler at?
It's right there.
Alright. He goes little dragon. It's like so you've showed me that you need both light and dark, and sometimes a little bit of hope above. So the dragon below looks at Bahamut that is fighting, and the blue leaps over and smacks Sir Charles and knocks him. Yeah. So and knocks him over into the great skeleton of a dragon over beside.
That's like dinosaur.
So.
And of course, he was turned away from me.
So the dragon then looks through and tears off the roof and drops down. And drops in front of Tyr, and Tyr has the crystal. The dragon then blows a cold, icy, lightning type ice storm down onto the floor, destroying whatever was drawn through that. So the dragon below looks and says, "Only I can kill my sister," and comes and smacks Tyr and just knocks him forward. It hits him so hard he goes flying through the door, and he drops the crystal. So the knight that's with him doesn't fight back and just sort of looks and bows as he runs after Tyr, and picks up both Tyr and Sir Charles. So Tyr, still visibly weakened by what's happened with the draining of his power to Bahamut. Bahamut looks and goes, "You shall never have my sister, Tyr. So, and I would never let you form your own multiverse or own world as long as I have power. So you are stand for everything against that you ever stood for. So you are twisted and as warped as the law that you make." So, and the dragon rears back and blows a great radiant breath down as they sort of disappear before they're hit. So Bahamut walks up and just sort of steps on Sarah.
Heck yeah. Seriously.
So at this point, he lays down the bodies I'm trying to turn. Like, look how much. I'm trying to turn. Of Projet and Hinkler. And with all the lights and stuff that are twirling around, they sort of get closer. So in some of the spirits and stuff, he says, "While I can't save everyone, I might be able to save them." So the dragon below also goes and looks, and at this point, another dragon decides to come.
Oh my gosh, we got dragons everywhere.
Is that a problem?
No. I was
Oh,
in it to win it with the dragons,
have mercy.
good Lord. They just get bigger.
Jiminy
Each time.
horses.
So Eberron joins the fray. So while he is sad, he looks at the dragon below and he says, "While we will never be friends, brother, it's like I believe that we can have an understanding that we are just as needed. Yep. So we can coexist. But we do need a ring of hope still, do we not? So, thanks to Muhammad, the planet, like, I've been able to stop the decay of the land from your loss. But with everything, we need hope. So, the three dragons then do like a weird dragon breath down on top of Hinkler. And from that, he sort of, his scales sort of glow gold, and he's able to stand up in like a spiritual fashion.
Oh, look.
So, and he goes, "Little dragon." This is the red dragon, Eberron. And he reaches down. He says, "While you have no life left, would you like to have purpose?" It's like, would you like to be our new brother and wrap this world in hope and dragon shards?
Yes.
So with this, all the scales that are through you go out, and they sort of flow through, and what's left is original blue Hinkler. So and you sort of, you sort of fall and go in peace, and all the shards form like an astral part of you, and they float up into the great sky above. So, and you form a ring, like a ring of like Saturn, that goes through of nothing but dragon shards and glass, and they spin, and throughout this whole world, the three dragons emanate. And where there was fire, mud, and dirt, like oceans are refilled, and clouds form from the ash, and the ash falls to the ground and fertilizes the soul. And with the ground, plants start to grow. So Bahamut looks at his little friend that he feels. So, and from the wings, or from the spirits around, he draws Projet's spirit, like, and puts it beside of his body. And he goes, "You did well, little one. So, while I can't make you mortal again, I can give you the offer to be the peace song and live in eternity and help me combat Tyr and to what's to come and follows Ao's will. It is your choice if you wish to join and be by my side, or you can just be remembered in song until you might be needed again.
You know, Muhammad, you believed in me and you gave me your spirit in a time of desperate need. I would take it as a great honor to be in your presence and to help you rebuild.
So Muhammad says, you always had the heart of a dragon. So, and anywhere there's the peace song, there will be protege. And he turns you into what looks like a little canary.
Heck yeah.
So, just like he had before, one of his, and he says, but instead of a gold canary, he gives you a choice. What type of metallic dragon?
Platinum.
Huh?
Platinum.
So you want to be a platinum too?
Sure.
Or silver? He's like the only platinum.
Oh,
So you want to be silver?
Yeah.
So he turns you into a silver canary that can become like a dragon. Like two. He says, I look forward to seeing what your song can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and out comes the spiritual wolfie that is still there on this plane. So Christina, you can play wolfie right here. So,
Say Billy.
yeah.
Elney. Yeah.
So he looks at Wolfie and goes, so what fire someone must have and devotion someone must have for so much hope and loss to exist at the same time. So much pain and heartache, but joy and the ability to create a future. If I bring Belny back, it will take more than just your spirit. Do you feel that some of those that came with you would aid in bringing her back? Would they give of? She would give herself, but would they give themselves to bring her back?
Save Belny. Use me. Save Belny.
So Muhammad looks and the lights swirl. The lights swirl and they all get closer and they swirl around Belny and all these spirits. And we see like the faces of everyone that has lost their lives in the Battle of Sarek. Mm-hmm. Many of those that have been touched by Belny soar through, and they all lay their hands on her. And the last comes up and Wolfie put her paws on. And at this point, when Wolfie puts her paw on, Belny wakes up. And sits up, and she's face to face with this astral Wolfie, and Wolfie's slowly fading.
Wolfie, I love you.
So Wolfie does her little toothy grin, and I think at this point she has one statement to say. She doesn't say "save Belny."
She says.
No. She says, saved
Belny.
And she does a great howl as she fades away, and Belny can see all her companions that have joined the astral sea, so to speak, as they fade away. So Bahamut sits there and says, something so small can make such a large difference. It's like, whether you like it or not, little Belny, the world is going to need lesser gods like you. And what makes you such a great God of now and in the future is the fact is that you don't wish it and you don't abuse it, but you do what you must for the greater good. So use this power to ensure things like this don't happen again. You know, there's much darkness left, but we need hope. So he tosses you down a little scroll, and you realize he's torn a page from Sarah's book. So, and he's on the ground. This page, he touches it and infuses it with much lawful spirit. And the peace song is written on it. And it says, when you doubt yourself, remember those that didn't doubt you. And help rebuild a world that someday will need you again. And maybe your friends, because anything that's not forgotten is never lost. So, and at this point, though, one thing that we've sort of forgotten is the book that Bounty was in and everyone else was in. So, Bahamut holds his arm out, and from the temple that y'all came out floats Sarik's book that Bounty had been in the last year, and many others was in. He says, I don't believe this is Sarik's book, but I believe this is the true book of Bounty, one of law, one of nature, and one of chaos, but someone that knows how to use it. It's like you are the great wheel, and all things that AO wishes to encompass. And he hands the little book down to you. So, in Sarik's symbol, whenever
Reluctantly take it. I think you would like reluctantly take it.
Very reluctantly.
Right.
So you take it, and the symbols that were on it change. And these symbols change, and they become the great tree with the wings that you do. That was your symbol. And again, it's like you are the wild heart goddess. And so I bring your form of justice and not Tyr's form of justice. So, and remember, we are here always with you, whether you need us or not. Wolfie is always with you, and your friends are always with you too.
I will do everything I can to make this world the best place it can be.
So, and while you're saying that, like this board, I'm not changing the board, but this barren grass, it's just springs from you, grass and nature. And because of your presence, again, you have the nature domain that you've enveloped, and you're able to bring life from this fertile soil that had been brought. Both Eberron looks around, and even the green dragon or the blue dragon below sort of smirks, and the gold shards sprinkle almost like in a light, in approval coming from the heavens above from Hinkler. So Eberron looks down and says, "You've already helped restart this world. I look forward for you helping restart others." And with this, we fade out.